very good writing as well.
You chose the right
I think you should stay.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not going to any other reasons?
something with the foot valves, something with the rods.
Foot valves, yeah. So we're unpacking the mechanical faults here, so it could be foot valves. The riser pipe, so it's a corroded riser pipe. Does everyone know what these riser pipes are inside the borehole? The pump rods go down to the valves at the bottom. These riser pipes coming up, and they're quite prone to corrosion. Any other reasons why it might not be working on that day?
Biofouling on the filter.
Sorry, take this one.
Biofouling, kind of like scaling or whatever.
Okay, so some problem with the actual borehole, so the screen of the borehole, say it could have biofouled up, so it's not letting it water in. Got a biofoul in there? Great.
Low groundwater level.
Alright, okay, the groundwater level might drop below the bottom of the pump.
I usually won't show up first thing in the morning, it'll show up midnight.
So so people have been up at 6 o'clock pumping already, or 5 o'clock, by 9 o'clock, maybe it's actually getting a bit low.
Well, the pump is no longer there, it has been washed away by that big thunderstorm.
Absolutely. Pump's not there anymore.
Or has been stolen by the metal things. It does happen.
Or the communities didn't have enough money, so financial problems for collecting, the money to fix this pump, or the institutional mechanism to do so.
So that's digging in a little bit deeper, and maybe if we've exhausted the reasons why we think it's not working this particular day, we've got the handle's been broken or stolen. What we've got here, a mechanical fault, which might be the foot valve, might be due to the connector rods, it could be due to the rising main corroding, and a big hole in the rising main, so although you're pumping it's not coming out. It could be due to biofouling, so the water's not getting into the borehole. It might be the groundwater levels disappeared for some reason. It's not there any longer, the groundwater levels have gone too deep. So that's some of the reasons. So maybe we could unpick that a little bit. Let's look at the mechanical faults, I suppose. Okay, that mechanical fault. Can we think of some reasons why maybe we could say the rising main? Why is a rising main corroded on that particular day? What are the reasons behind that rising main not performing its function? So being
Hasn't been replaced, hasn't been maintained.
So it hasn't been maintained. So so the rising main, it needs to be maybe looked after and inspected.
The reality is that very rarely is anything maintained right until it breaks. It's a reality that in the Western world, let alone in the third world, preventive maintenance, regular inspection, and doesn't usually most things.
Okay, so let's imagine this scenario. Somebody has put in a rising main. Let's say this borehole's only a year old. Tip-top borehole, put in by the best. Okay, maybe not. Okay, let's put in by a normal suspect. So it's been put in, and this rising main has only lasted a year.
Chemistry.
Could be due to the chemistry, or why don't you explain that a little bit? What might be happening?
High acidity, quite acidic water, high iron concentration, leading to reaction with the pipe rod.
Yeah. So it could have been that it's a galvanised steel, thin galvanised GI, cheap rising main. It's been put in, and it's in acidic water, so the water actually is very aggressive and it dissolves away the metal. Any other reasons why that might after a year stop working? It might be in a place prone to drought and all the other sources have dried up, and it might not have been put in particularly well.
So our workshop, we looked at sort of three things. The first thing was what goes wrong with when you have a failing water source. What are the reasons why? We had lots of
lots of people could fly the answers out. Every single group, the first thing they said was that something was stolen. It was either the handle, and then the second answer was always broken, and then we moved on, and obviously the usual problems, rise and main, groundwater failing, etc., etc. And then we looked onto a sort of more deeper issue, and sort of, okay, it's been broken for a month, but why has no one fixed it? And that's when all the real cynics came out and said, well, the water committees ran off the money, and there's no money anyway, and there's no spare parts, and it was badly drilled, it was badly fitted in the first place, or we didn't do the right hydrological mapping in the first place, and you know, lots of reasons why. And then we went to the sort of quite an interesting thing, because we all know all these reasons why things go wrong. We have this great knowledge, and we understand about how it's the community, and we understand how the institutional reasons, all the things go wrong. So then we gave everyone £100 million to say, right, what are you going to do about it? And everyone goes quiet. It's not quite true, in fact. So we talked about spending money, what would people do? And we had hydrological mapping, which was obviously quite key. But what was quite interesting, in fact, across all three discussion groups, was the little amount was actually going to be spent on water or on water points or water sources. Most groups looked at evaluating data, improving systems of governance, improving transparency. There was something about funding for O&M, so in terms of the overall life cycle of the project, we actually looked, let's put a big wad of cash aside so we can fund the O&M. He's standing up now, isn't he? And the one final thing that there wasn't much on anyway, it's a good job Guy's not here, is there wasn't that much mention about funding for climate change resilience either.
And the last one, Ian Sutton, going to talk about methods and tools for communicating technical information to non